This is so fun. Look at mommy. Hey lovelies, welcome back to the Molly Mama. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick bump update because I am 20 weeks. Baby is the size of a banana. So excuse all of Noah's toys, but there's the bump. Looking pretty big. But yeah. Hey lovelies, so I just wanted to talk to you guys some about where I'm at in my pregnancy, week 20. As you guys already saw my bump update. So I've been doing honestly really well this pregnancy. There's been a lot less stress, a lot less anxiety than my last one, partially because baby girl is so healthy. My placenta's in the right place, which is such a blessing, you guys. I can't even tell you how exciting that is. I've been doing pretty well. I've had obviously, twinges and pain, and but she's kicking like a ton, which I love that feeling. That feeling is like the best feeling in the world. But I will say I do have some pretty huge anxieties revolving this pregnancy and mainly her birth. And I just wanted to be honest with you guys and kind of share where I'm at with that because it's a huge deal. Like giving birth to your baby is obviously a big deal. It's scary, it's painful, it's like the whole 9 yards, but it's just trying to figure out what I want to do. So if you guys have watched my previous video, I believe it was the reveal of my pregnancy. I talked about my pregnancy with Noah and how it was an emergency C-section with him, and I had a placental abruption. So obviously it was extremely scary. I was gushing blood. I was rushed in. I did not get to hold him directly after I saw him. Then he was taken away to be evaluated, and I just had to lay there and get stitched up. And I still get emotional because it was so hard for me to see Noah walk out those doors with my husband because I just wanted to hold him. I wanted him on my chest. I wanted that so badly, and I literally didn't get to hold him until an hour or so after he was born, and that was just devastating for me. That was really, really hard, guys. So with this pregnancy, so far it's been 18 months since my C-section, and you're basically given a choice. When you've had one C-section and you've had a low transverse incision, I hope I'm saying that right. Mine is horizontal and it's super low, and if it's been 18 months, then you could be a candidate for what's called a VBAC. And a VBAC is essentially just a vaginal delivery after C-section, after you've had one C-section. So for me, after that anatomy scan that I had, I basically became even more eligible because she's doing so good. The placenta's in the right place. Everything looks really good so far. Obviously, that could change if she becomes breech or something, but right now, obviously, I'm only 20 weeks, so everything looks great. Now, the cutoff is 18 months, so it will be 18 months for me, but if it was any less than that, they would say you have to do a repeat C-section, which is a little scary because I'm just in that window, if that makes sense. I'm just able to have a VBAC, whereas with the baby actually miscarried, that would have been a C-section. They would have made me do a C-section with that. But I have a choice in this case. And that's caused a lot of anxiety for me because I don't know what I want to do, you guys. So with a VBAC, there's several risks. There's a 1% chance that my uterus could rupture and I could maybe have to have a hysterectomy and I could lose the baby. Obviously, that is worst case scenario. That is terrifying. And I know that even with a C-section, you can have a serious issue. But that 1% chance, reading those articles, obviously is super scary because I think I'm the 1% chance. However, I'm most likely not because I'm super young and I'm very healthy, but that's obviously scary. So with my hospital, they do what's called a trial of labor. So basically, if you want to try for a VBAC, you have this trial of labor where you attempt to get the baby out, and if something happens, if the blood pressure drops or something happens with the baby, you do an emergency C-section and get the baby out. And that's what's devastating is I'm gonna try and then it's not gonna work. My anxiety is telling me I'm just gonna try and then I'm gonna fail. And then I'm gonna fail because I'm not good enough or I'm not fast enough at getting this baby out. Unfortunately, some hospitals put certain constraints and restrictions if you're doing a VBAC, meaning you only have a certain period of time to dilate, certain period of time to push the baby out, and if you aren't successful, bam, C-section. And I don't know yet if those constraints are on me for my hospital, which is why I have to talk to my doctor this next visit, and I'll keep you guys updated on what he says. But basically I have to be like, look, like, what are my constraints? Like, is it even possible for me to have this VBAC, or am I like doomed from the start? But having another C-section, getting cut open again, having surgery that takes 3 days for me to even start healing, not being able to hold my baby directly after, I don't want that. Like, I would like to push her out. I would like to have her on my chest. I want that vaginal birthing experience. I want to be able to see her get bathed and dressed in the room and wait in the room and have that bonding emotional experience. I think I could end up breastfeeding her directly after, because hopefully she'll be, like the right weight. And yeah, so that's currently the anxiety I'm facing, because my anxiety often tells me, you know, if I can't do something or if there's any constraints on me, then it's just not gonna work out. But I'm trying to tell myself to be positive and to think for the best, because this is something I really want. So if I really want it, then I should go after it. So I'd love, you know, your guys' support in this while I'm like kind of trying to figure out this decision. It's a huge decision. I don't need any of you guys making the decision for me, but obviously if you have any certain advice or have been through I've been through a VBAC or I've been through another C-section, you know, I'm open for the advice. But I definitely know this is my and my husband's decision to make, and it's one that is tricky. But I just want her to be healthy, you guys. I just want her to be happy and healthy, and my little baby girl, I'm so excited to have her, but at the same time, so anxious to have her. So anyways, that's all, guys, for just me sharing this little tidbit. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please like and please subscribe, and also if you want to follow me at the Molly Mama, or at the Molly Mama for my Instagram, feel free. Thanks, you guys.